an alien. Feeling lost but never found, till I find myself being pushed around. I'm an alien. Yes, I'm an alien. I'm an alien.
Wow. So, man, I hadn't heard that song in like freaking years, man. I used to bump that song all the time back in middle school. God, and to this day, it's still like one of my top favorite, your favorite Martian songs. Shoot, like I don't know if any of you guys watched them back in the day. Like I mean, they were really big around the early 2010s. Shoot, your favorite Martian, man. God, like they made some freaking great tracks. It really made what you call it, my middle school experience really great. It was just such a shame that with just complications going on, with the studios and all, that Ray William Johnson wasn't able to, continue your favorite Martian. Because, man, I was expecting like a second album to come out and all that. I mean, low key, I'm still kind of waiting for it, but I mean, by this point, it's hopeless now. But still, like, God, man, like your favorite Martian, like just top notch with all their music. God, so I mean, if you don't know who they are, go check them out. Again, it's this little internet band made by Ray William Johnson back, when he was big with Equals 3 and stuff. Oh God, that wasn't a good burp. Anyways, shoot. So Alien, one of my top favorites. It talks about bullying actually. So it's got it's also got a powerful message. I mean, hell, like this is like when I started listening to this, it was it was during a rough patch in my life where I was getting bullied, but also too it was around the time where I started listening to this song and I started sticking up for myself and turning the tables around. So I mean, but that's a different little topic for another day, which I will discuss in some other podcast. Right now, this is music part 2. So actually, I'll say, I kind of want to, bring another opener here because, I mean, this is still like a personal journal for me. So today, shoot, it went pretty damn great. Like for the first time in like at least a month and a half, possibly even 2 months. Actually, shoot, no, for the first time since freaking like the middle of February, freaking like I actually got the freaking hang out with a couple of my friends. Like not all of them, like like how it was before the whole quarantine happened. But damn, like I got to hang out with them. It was all cool. And not only that, we played some VR. So this friend of mine, he showed up on the podcast a couple of times. His name is Preston. He got so we got an Oculus Rift, and so we just started playing that. My freaking God, I did not think that VR would look. I did not think it would look and feel so damn cool. Like shoot, I started playing super hot in that thing. Man, it was just so damn immersive. Like now I see why people say like the true way to play super hot is in VR. My God, like so the console version that I have is definitely just inferior in comparison. Although I mean I have it because I have it downloaded and it's on my Switch. And in some way, the Switch is capable of VR. So, I mean, if anyone's listening out there, I mean, well, make a mod or tell an official, make a VR super hot for the Switch. Maybe not. Okay, so whatever. Shoot. So, God, man, but definitely one thing's for sure. I do not. Well, I mean, at least for me, and I'm probably not the only person who's like this. For myself, I would not recommend eating before playing the playing the VR because freaking I was playing this one game where, like, I mean, clearly when I'm playing these games. I know what I'm seeing is not real. Like, I mean, it's on a screen, but it's an immersive screen. So I know it's not real. And I know all the motion that's going on, it's not real either. Like, the only motion that's actually, like, happening in real time is my head turning and occasionally me having to, like, duck and stuff. But there was this one game we played. It was a horror game called, Affected, The Great Manor. So really, the whole point of the game is, basically, you just gotta get through the mansion without dying, and there's multiple twists and turns you gotta get to, and you gotta hope that freaking the possessed little girl doesn't chase you down and kill you. But here's the thing though, like you do actually move in that game. However, you know, you don't have like a freaking like a treadmill under you to track your movements. Rather, instead, you use the joysticks. You know, and you move around, you move, you know, yourself and the camera around as you would in a regular video game, which, you know, that was pretty cool. But the thing was, though, is that, like, I mean, it could have been, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure it was a couple of factors. One thing was that I ate before playing this game, and the fact that I was, like, unlike the other two games where I was playing, where I was just stationary. Even in gameplay, I was stationary. Hell, freaking in this game, I mean, I was still standing in the same spot, but I was actually moving, and like in game, I was moving as well as, you know, with the whole damn thing calculating the movements, you know, from me turning my head and stuff, you know. So like, again, I clearly knew that what I'm seeing on the screen is not real. I'm not actually moving. I don't know, but maybe like something was going on up there with my brain, which, you know, I got confused, saying that how the hell are we moving, but I'm not moving. This ain't a boat. This ain't a car. This ain't a plane. So what the hell's going on here? So I started getting motion sickness because I started getting to a point to where like I started feeling really queasy. Man, like I felt like I needed to sit down, and then I definitely knew that feeling was coming up. I wanted to freaking throw up. So like, you know, so I freaking had to quit the damn thing. But again, I'm not sure if it was because I ate before the VR thing, which really inspired the motion sickness, or I don't know, or maybe it's the fact that, like, unlike the other games I was playing, I was actually moving. Let's see, I can't really answer that all too well, but all I know is I am gonna try again, and you know, I mean, eventually I'll try again. Shoot, like I was actually looking into buying an Oculus Rift for myself, but currently, as they stand, the freaking Oculus, the freaking Rift costs 500. You know, like it costs over $500, man. Like, wow. I mean, it's a real good headset. I mean, don't get me wrong, but damn, like. I mean, like the most expensive console I've bought so far was my PS4, and that was recently. And again, I mean, sure, it was on a Black Friday sale and all that, but still, though, I mean, $200. You know, I got a 1 terabyte system with 3 games, and right here, I'm paying $500, you know, for the Oculus, and I don't think it comes with a game, or at least maybe not necessarily. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have to download everything. I'm not sure there's like you know, free content I can get out there other than just 360 videos on YouTube, but. Shoot, but like, but then I started thinking, well, I got a PS4 now, so why not, you know, get myself a PSVR? You know, perhaps that might be a bit cheaper, and well, it's kind of right. I mean, instead of being a full-fledged $500, I can get a bundle of PSVR and a game or two for $430. I mean, shoot. I mean, it's still kind of pricey, but damn, like. And I'm over here thinking, this is just for the headset too. So now I see why you don't see bundles of PS4s that come with the VR. I mean, if they did come out with those kind of bundles, like it'd probably be expensive as hell. Like we're talking about $600 for a bundle, because you know we be talking about a freaking 1 terabyte system. It wouldn't even be the Pro, you know, but it would come with the VR headset, and the only games that would actually come with would be like maybe 1 or 2 VR games and possibly 1 just regular PS4 game. Still though, like, God, like we're talking about like freaking a $600 bundle there, but I don't know, like damn, like it must be really good. Like I'm gonna look up some reviews later. You know, I'm gonna check it out. You know, hopefully, hopefully, you know, it turns out, you know, to be good, and hopefully, like, you know, because I really do want to get it, but I'm gonna watch a review first, so I'm gonna see if it's even worth it. Currently, I don't know as far as I know, I don't know anybody who has PSVR, so it's not like I can go out and try it for myself or anything like that. And you know, it's not like you can go into a freaking Best Buy. Well, first of all, because I don't think Best Buy is open, but second of all, I don't think Best Buy has a freaking PSVR headset, you know, freaking lying around for me to try out. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to find this out the hard way. Let's see. And another thing that actually got me the idea of PSVR was the fact that because we were playing this robot game on the Oculus, And so like, you know, it wasn't like a gory game or anything like that, but you played as this like robot hunter, and you had to hunt down a bunch of these robots, you know, so you can take their weapons, you know, you can shoot them down and stuff, but what you can also do in the game is that you can grab the robots, so you can rip their limbs off, you can rip their heads off, hell, like you can throw it at them, or you can, you know, still take their arms off and use their freaking weapon on their arm to shoot them. Hell, you can even freaking pick up a robot and just use his body to slam other robots. Like, I mean, I thought that was pretty damn cool. And then I thought, this is kind of reminding me of Doom. Like, what if Doom had a VR? And then I remembered, Doom has a VR. Freaking Doom VFR. But the thing is that, like, again, for the longest time, I wanted to play that game, but I can't because, well, first of all, for the longest time, I didn't have a PS4. But now, and still currently, I don't have a PSVR. But now that I got the console, I can at least, you know, get the VR headset now. So shoot, like, I mean, if I don't end up finding myself getting it soon, shoot, there's always Black Friday. I mean, it probably may not be priced down or whatnot. I'm not sure. Maybe it might. You know, we'll have to see. Besides, that stimulus check is coming in soon. It still hasn't hit me yet, which sucks. But I mean, hey, maybe if that, you know, that stimulus comes in, you know, I can get myself a VR headset. We'll just have to see. Anyways, so let's get on to the continuation from the last podcast. The last podcast, I discussed my 5 favorite genres and my 8 favorite artists. Let's see. So I ended the note with my favorite genre. I mean, my favorite artist, which was Petra. You know, a Christian rock band. You know, freaking lyric wise, like I just absolutely adore it. But definitely sound wise, ooh, it really does hit it for me. Okay, let's see. So what else do we got here? All right, so let's see. So where do I freaking start? Let's see. Well, there is my experience with music. You know, because throughout my life, music is always like, it's always been there. Now it's never been necessarily well, during my little kid years, it was never necessarily like, you know, something I would look up to or freaking like hold on to for hope or anything like that. I mean, as a little kid, like I would just like to listen to it for the sound. Hell, like if it made me dance, I would dance, you know. Or if I heard in the car and I liked it, you know, freaking, you know, I would enjoy it. And then, but then too, freaking like, I don't know, it's always left some kind of an impact on me. Hell, I remember as a 3-year-old, my mom would have this. There was this one song she would always have. She would always have playing on the radio. I forgot what it's. I think the song is called "Hey Baby," but I don't know who it's by. But all I know is the chorus is like, boys say, hey baby, hey. And apparently I like that song, enough to, apparently I like that song enough to actually, sing back to it, to kind of, repeat the chorus, and I was like, actually, as far as I know, that's the first song that I've listened to in which that I've actually started, singing along with the chorus, because I apparently liked it that much. I mean, my opinions on the song now, it's not a bad song, but shoot, like, it definitely must have been like the best thing I heard, from my 3-year-old Asiago's ears. But shoot, like, it's always left an impression on me, and definitely like, because as well on the radio, anytime my parents would take me and my sister anywhere, whether maybe to the park and McDonald's, or maybe we're going to the grocery store or to my grandma's house or whatever, they would always have the radio on, and and back in the day, they would always have it on the on either the top 40 stuff, or they would always have it on the rap stations. So I grew up with like hearing like 50 Cent and all that on the freaking radio, and like I remember this one song, the first song that I consider to be my favorite song. Let's see, it was this rap song God, I forgot who the artist was, but it's a song that pretty much everybody knows, especially if they're like especially if you like the bump music from like the early 2000s, late 90s, because I think the song kind of derives from somewhere around that time period. I mean, definitely definitely the early 2000s, because I mean that's when I freaking first heard it. Let's see, I remember the album is a Ten Chun, and let's see. And it definitely had to be on like on a cassette or something like that my dad was listening to the song on, because I don't imagine, you know, even back then they would allow this song to be played on the radio. But like the guy was like, "I'll tell her mother, I'm never scared. I'm never scared. I'm never scared." You know, it was that song. But I remember like listening to it, and get this, I was like 4 years old, but I love that. I love the death out of that song. Like it was my first like favorite song. Well, I mean, it was either Hey Baby, but again, like, but this was like truly the first one that I've actually considered my favorite song. And like and still, even to this day, if I don't really listen to that song all that much, but I mean, if I do listen to that song at all, it's gonna bring me back memories. And that's the big thing about old music, you know, especially like music that, you know, I grew up with, you know, which is, you know, stuff in the for the 2000s. Freaking, you know, it's gonna be nostalgic for me, you know. Music has always held a value, whether it may be a nostalgic value or hold the value of some kind of like memory from a specific time period of my life, or it may have like it may be special for other reasons, like, you know, like it might motivate me, or it might make me sad, or it might get me through a rough time, or it might make me think, or it might just have a reoccurring message that again that involves a reoccurring thing in my life. You know, music is so versatile like that. Shoot, like, you know, it entertains me, it lifts me up, it motivates me, you know. It's my playlist, you know, for example, shoot, like, I mean, there's an angry song from when I'm pissed off, you know, and I need the boost of energy to just, you know, get myself through the day. You know, you got that screamo music and stuff, or you got the sad music for when I'm just, you know, down in the dumps, and freaking I just have that slow stuff that comforts me. You know, I have my joyful music, you know, from my gospel music, or from my freaking like high-end country music, you know, for, you know, the stuff that helps me, you know, get in a good mood, or my Mexican music now that gets me in a real good mood. Oh, I mean, you got all these different genres, different artists, you know, that help me and affect me in many different ways. And then definitely growing up, you know, especially as I got older, you know, specifically from like middle school onward, you know, me like the music started playing a bigger hit on me, you know. Like around the time where I started around the time where I started downloading music by myself, after learning how to do that, like that's whenever I started listening to a lot more music, and that's when music really started like holding like memoric value. I'm not sure if that's a real term, a real word, but I mean, you know, give me this memoric value, you know, like the value of the value of a memory, you know, from a specific point in my life, memoric value. So damn, like and I remember, you know, like in middle school, you know, I'd be listening, like I remember on the daily I'll be listening to the same set of songs, you know. There would be your favorite Martian songs. There would be like All Star by Smash Mouth, California Love, Power of Love, you know, all these, you know, I remember it was in the 7th grade, I believe, that I had my first playlist. Yeah, that I made my first actual playlist, and I remember, you know, some of the songs are in there were the songs I mentioned earlier, but there was also let's see, not Don't Stop Believing, but that other Journey song, Any Way You Want It, That's the Way You Need It, and a couple of video game tracks and stuff too, like man, like it's so good. It's a good times. But the playlist is what changed everything, because now instead of having like, you know, one or two songs, you know, kind of you know, taking me back to a specific point in my life, but because I started making playlists, now I have a certain set of songs that will remind me of not just a certain point, not just a certain era of my life, but also more specific point. Because then, like later throughout the year, I start listening to it. I start listening to a different group of songs, and then to a different group of songs, and then now freaking one group of songs will remind me of one point of the year, and then one and another will remind me of another point. Like it started. I don't know. It's kind of like whenever I start listening to music in into like groups, or whenever I have the same like 7 songs play every day along with all the other stuff that I play, it's like it leaves an imprint of of a certain era, of a certain season. Let's see. Like it's like those songs, as I hear and replay every day. I mean, they're not the only things replaying every day, but I mean, I hear the same like 7 songs play along with the other 200 songs I play every day. Hell, it leaves an imprint, like in a certain span of time, and then after a while I start hearing those songs, and it'll take me back to that exact point in time. Like I don't know, I find it pretty damn amazing. And it only got more, it only evolved, as I went on to the high school. Because then, because then, not only, well, sure, yeah, it's evolved. But then, I started listening to more stuff. I started, becoming more open-minded about, about the music I listened to. Because the thing is that I didn't care, who made the song. I didn't care what the song was about. All I knew was if I liked it, I liked it. It was simple as that. I was just very open-minded about what I listened to. I mean, hell, that's part of the reason why, you hear my playlist today, and it's just, you have all these songs that really, ideally, wouldn't be on the same playlist, because, they seem kind of random. They seem kind of, oddballish, to have together, but whatever. If I like it, I like it, because I'm just very open-minded with what I play. Now, I know I'm not the only one that, that likes, all different kinds of genres and stuff. I know I'm not the only one. Clearly not. Shoot, even if you go up to a person that listens to primarily rap music all the time, occasionally, if they play their music out loud, you might hear some AC/DC, or you might hear some Ed Sheeran and stuff. It's not gonna, it's not always gonna be just one single genre. I really don't know anyone that only listens to one genre and that one genre only. I really don't think anybody out there does that. I know there are people that just don't listen to music at all, but I definitely don't. But I definitely know that there isn't anyone that just sticks to one genre if they listen to it regularly or often. Hell, even a freaking normie out there, even with a normie, shoot, they might just listen to freaking mostly pop or whatever, because that's what would come on the freaking 99.1 or whatever else the normies listen to. But still, there's other stuff that plays on that too, so life, first of all, life is just too short to be just restricted to just one genre, and clearly, shoot, when it comes to people, it's always at least two main genres that they listen to. Or there may be just the one primary, but there's always a secondary. At least that's what I've noticed. Again, I have yet to see anyone who only listens to one type, and I think it's just very unlikely for me to find one. But whatever. If that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. Shoot. We all enjoy the things we enjoy, and we all have our preferences and tastes. Whatever. So, anyways, so starting in high school. So not only then my playlist started evolving. I started listening to more music. I started being more open-minded about what I listen to. But let's see, specifically 9th grade, that's whenever I actually really started, evolving to what I started listening to. Because 9th grade was when I actually, in a way discovered, but also started actually truly listening to rock music. Not just any rock music, classic rock music. It was actually a funny situation looking back. Depending on how long I talk about this subject or how long I end up spending, I may end up making the series a 3-part series. But whatever. Let's dive deep here, because I really want to tell this story. So I like to call this the Paige era. Why the Paige era? Well, because Paige was the name of this girl that I had a huge crush on back in 9th grade. So, she was this really pretty girl. She liked old 80s movies. She liked video games. And I'm pretty sure she liked anime. And yeah, although I wasn't into that kind of stuff yet. Hell, like if things would have worked out between us, she might have introduced me to that kind of stuff, and it was really early. Bottom line, she was this pretty, fun-loving girl, and I thought, hey, why not ask her out? I'm in high school now. Now mom accepts the idea of me going out on dates, so why not try it out? So. But also being the idiotic kid that I was, I thought, what would be a really good idea to get this girl to like me? I'm gonna change myself I'm gonna change myself and my interest so it matches exactly hers. Now, first of all, we already had a bunch of mutual interests, so I don't know why that was the first thing to come to my mind. But also, I don't know why I felt the need to change myself, to have a better chance with this girl. I don't know. Maybe I was just desperate or something like that. But also, too, again, I was a freaking dumb kid. But anyways, so what I did was, I started changing little by little. So I remember, and this was back when I actually cared about football teams and stuff, or in the NFL and stuff. I remember being a freaking hardcore Texans fan. I remember on Facebook, because I looked at her Facebook and saw that she hated the Texans and she only liked the Cowboys. Well, at that time, I actually legitimately still liked the Texans, but I kind of wanted to change myself a bit, to become more appealing to her. So what I said on Facebook was, "Hey guys, so I'm gonna officially say I am a Texans and Cowboys fan now. Yeah, they're both Texas teams, so why not? And then everybody in everybody in my family who are Texans fans are like, oh no, there can only be one. Why are you saying this bull crap? And then you have the other side of my family, which are all Dallas Cowboys fans, and they're like, yeah, kudos to you, man, yeah, hell yeah, damn, it was a real stir. It was a real stir up. Let's see. And another thing that I changed. Let's see what else did I freaking change? Actually, I started making some positive changes too. That I still because of back then. I actually started maintaining up to now. So I remember, again, I was a stupid and lazy kid. And for the longest time, I would never freaking brush my damn teeth. I would never wash my face every day, and I wouldn't take a shower every day. I was just a messy damn kid. I never liked taking showers. Freaking I would only take a shower because my parents would force me to. And when summertime came around, I would only take a shower maybe once or twice the entire 3-month period, or freaking or brush my teeth. Literally, I would just never do it. I mean, that's why even to this day, freaking no matter how much I brush my teeth, my teeth are still somewhat yellow, because again, for years I would just never brush my damn teeth. But because I had this crush on this girl, now, and this crush was a different kind of crush. I've had crushes on girls, up to that point, but the crush on this one specific girl, I felt like I really just had to have her, and so I started making all the what I deemed necessary changes, and definitely I started caring more about my hygiene. So I thank God I started doing. Thank God a freaking girl drove me to do that. I started making sure that that I looked good, that I was all clean and stuff, that my nails were trimmed, that I stopped acting a fool for the most part, and also I started wearing cologne. Now, the whole cologne thing didn't last very long because, the next year I started walking to school, and cologne doesn't exactly smell very good when you walk into school and you have this weird mix of both sweat and cologne on you. So even to this day, especially to this day, I don't wear cologne because I definitely sweat a lot at work. So why would I want to mix cologne with that smell? Anyways. So where was I? Oh, so I started caring more about my personal hygiene, because again, I wanted to change myself little by little. Hell, I even started working out, to get rid of all this belly fat, because also I wanted to build up my confidence, and I think that's another reason why I felt like I needed to change a lot of things about me, even the little stupid things like my football team preference, or what kind of, or what kind of stuff I liked, or what kind of stuff I like to do. I started changing little by little, just in hopes that I would get her. Now, again, I think part of my mind did this too because I wanted to build up my confidence. Because like this would be the first time. Well, actually, no, not the first time. The second time. The second time within like. The second time in like. Damn, I remember asking a girl in 6th grade, so this was 9th grade. So in 3 years, this the first time I would ask out a girl in 3 years. So you know what, I wanted to build my confidence back up, and make sure that when I do ask her out, that whether I get a yes or no, I would be really, positive. I'll be really, really, really positive about the whole situation, or be as positive as I can. So, anyways. So, how does this connect to music? Hold on, I'm getting there. So here is the biggest change. So again, up to this point, I was just a hardcore rap fan. Now, mainly because, I was lazy, I was lazy, I didn't like, really looking up songs for myself unless, like, I really, really, wanted to look up a specific song or look up a specific, album or artist or whatever. You see, but I knew that one big thing about this girl was that she loved classic rock, and that wasn't a genre that I really listened to all that much. I mean, sure, I knew a couple of Journey songs. I knew "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses, and I knew "Highway to Hell" and "Back in Black" was by AC/DC. I mean, I knew like the bare minimum basic classic rock songs that everybody knows because you would hear them everywhere. But then I decided, just for this girl, I'm gonna start listening to more of what she likes. I might, start. I thought in some stupid way, this would make me closer to her. I would feel more connected to her in this way. My God, oh God! So for her, I started listening to more classic rock. And so there's me. When I started listening to classic rock. Damn, like it just opened an entirely ginormous, endless can of worms. Because here's the thing, the whole like thing with with Paige here. Guess what? It didn't work out, and it definitely didn't work out because here is what happened. You see. The night before I asked her out, I was just excited. I couldn't wait. It was Friday, it was not just any Friday, the Friday before spring break. So I thought, man, you know what? I'm so excited. Possibly there's a big possibility that not only am I gonna ask this girl out, but possibly I might be able to spend the spring break with a girlfriend or with a date. I got so pumped up. I got so excited. So I put my hands together and I prayed to God that night. Hey God, I'm very confident right now, but please, give me a dream that tells the future. What's gonna happen, when I ask this girl out? Save me some possible embarrassment. Will this girl say yes or no? Please tell me in a dream. And so, you know what he did? He gave me a dream. And so what happened in the dream was, I walked into the classroom last period and I straight up asked her out. And then she says, she's wearing this red shirt, saying I'm wearing the shirt that I plan on, I planned on wearing, and then she said, I was like, hey Paige, I really like you, I think you're cute, I think you're cool, do you want to go out sometime? And in the dream, she rejects me. She straight up says, no, sorry, no, you're sweet, but I have a boyfriend. And I'm freaking like, God, I was so shocked about what I dreamt. I was so shocked about the dream God gave me. So I was like, God, you gotta be pulling my leg, God. You got to be freaking pulling my leg. I do not want to believe that. You know what? I'm just gonna go up and tell, you know, I'm just gonna hope that maybe what you said was a lie, and I should have known that God doesn't lie. So freaking, cause I went up to her in a 7th period, and one red flag, the red flag that I should have freaking saw was the fact that she was wearing the exact same shirt she was wearing in my dream. So at that point I knew, oh god, oh no, this can't be. That means she's gonna give me the exact same response. And you know what? I got scared and I kind of choked, and I didn't ask her. I didn't ask her out in that very moment. But that didn't stop me though, because sure, it didn't stop. It didn't, you know, I didn't ask her out in that very moment in 7th period. But you know, after the bell rang, you know, I got all this anxiety and fear. I'm like, okay, you know what? If I don't ask her now, shoot, like, you know, it's gonna be too late. So I run up to her, and before, you know, I try to catch up to her before she gets on the bus, and then I'm like, hey Paige, you know, can I ask you something? She said sure, and I was like, you know, I like you, like I really do, and I think you're cute, I think you're cool, and I see that we like a lot of the same things. So I want to know if you want to go out sometime, you know, maybe this spring break, you know, we can go on a date or something. And guess what she tells me? Sorry, you're sweet, but I have a boyfriend. Oh, boo-hoo me. I should have thought freaking smarter. When God tells me no, I should have probably accepted that damn answer. Because that is exactly what I got. So it was a very, it should have been a very humbling experience, but you know what? I was very negatively influenced by by this one dude I used to hang out with. This one dude, like, you know, every time I go, every time I would see him, he'd be like, "Damn, man, you know, you're looking pretty handsome there. Like, damn, you stole anybody's girlfriend yet?" And me being the idiotic teenager I was, do you know what I did? I took that advice to heart, and I said to myself, you know what? This guy may have a point. Maybe I should just steal her from her boyfriend. Oh god, so and this starts a very cringy part of the whole freaking Paige era, because man, like, because I was relentless. I would not give up on this girl. So freaking like, so I started, you know, freaking complimenting her every day. I started saying, "Hey, Paige, you know, you look really good. You look really cute. You know, hey, I think you're cool. I think you're awesome." I started trying to butter her up with, you know, with these words, and eventually at some point, I stopped saying them because I freaking cared about her. I started freaking saying these things because of the fact that I just wanted my way. You know, I started saying these things in vain, and that's never a good reason to say anything. So, you know, and eventually I started kind of like harassing her in a bit. Like, I mean, I don't know what was going through my damn mind, but I was basically harassing her every day. And damn, and you know, I even went on to like Yahoo Answers. I'm not sure if the question is still there today, but I remember freaking typing in, you know, how do I steal, you know, this girl's boyfriend? You know, because I would hear all these rumors saying, oh, you know, they're fighting all the time. You know, I want to be her knight in shining armor. You know, and sweep her off her feet and take her away from this evil dude. You know, and be like, and I used terms like, oh, I'm the nice guy, and this guy's, you know, and this guy's, you know, the douchebag. You know. And you want to know what happened? I got a lot of angry feedback. I got a whole lot of angry feedback on that question. And a lot of people really, that was definitely the humbling experience that I not only needed, but deserved. Because, man, I got roasted by so many people on the internet. God, like, and there's this one girl who said, "Oh, you're the nice guy, huh? Well, you surely don't sound like the nice guy. If you were really the nice guy, you wouldn't be thinking about this kind of stuff, you know." And you know, she started telling me off, saying how I was being selfish, I was being stupid, and then she made this really good point, saying that, hell, okay, let's say if this worked, let's say if my stupid desire worked, and I took her away from her boyfriend. What makes me possibly think that she wouldn't do the same back to me if some other guy wanted to take her from me? And so that question alone really freaking humbled me. Like, it humbled me so freaking deep. Like, I felt like I just got like a spiritual kick to the freaking balls, man. Like, damn, that hurt my soul. It really woke me up. And if that wasn't enough, one of the people that commented on my question was get this, was her boyfriend. And damn, like, he really got pissed, man. Like shoot. And damn, like, so, I mean, first of all, it probably wasn't a good idea that I use my real name on Yahoo Answers, but it was also probably not a good idea that I started asking this question while this situation was going on. So not only did he find me out, he freaking messaged me on Facebook later on saying if I don't stop this, there's gonna be some problems. And get this, I'm a freaking weak little ninth grader, and this dude was he was a sophomore, and judging by his pictures, I may have been a freaking like red belt at the time, but he probably would have freaking laid me out if he wanted to. Shoot, so you know what? After being humbled by all these different fronts, after just being like punched down deep into the dirt, I decided, what? I've been real damn stupid, this entire time, and I came to a stopping point, like to a hard stop. So freaking like, I just like. So now I acknowledge what I did wrong. I thanked everyone for their answers and their roasts, and I decided, I'm gonna show this guy respect, because I have been a total dickweed this entire time. So you know what, I decided, not only did I stop, but I cut myself out. I cut myself out of this girl's life, for good, because I felt like that was the only thing appropriate. And so I went into this real deep depression, and the thing was, it was just lust, I mean, maybe in the beginning I had a genuine crush on this girl, but what ended up happening was it just turned into just plain lust. And I stopped wanting her because my heart was after her. I started wanting her just because, I couldn't have her. And that's never a good reason to chase after someone. That's never a good reason to chase after anything just because you don't have it. And boy, did I learn many things. I learned that lust is not love. I've learned my mind completely turned around, and I gained an entirely new perception, an entirely new perspective, an entirely new sight of how I should treat a woman. Like, I should no longer treat women as just these prizes to be won. Rather, they're people too. I mean, I didn't want to harass them no more. So it gave me this whole new perception. So I mean, definitely, if it wasn't for that entire fiasco, I'd probably still be the annoying freaking guy chasing after girls with pure lust to this day. But thankfully, that situation really matured me in that matter. And so, how does this all connect to music? Well, let me tell you this. What do you do when you're depressed? Or what do you do when you're zealous for something? What do you do when you're on a mission? Or what do you do in the aftermath of that mission? You listen to music. You listen to things, and because during my whole zealous phase of trying to all the way back from me trying to make myself more appealing to her, and even after she rejected me, from the time I was there trying to steal her away, and definitely whenever I got depressed, that I just depressed and accepted my fate, I was listening to a lot of rock and roll. I was listening to a lot of classic rock. And it started off, because, hey, she listens to it, so why not me? So I started listening to a lot of the stuff, and, and then, and then, like, before I realized it, I was like, hey, this stuff is pretty good. I think I'm gonna listen to more of this stuff for myself. And then, then you got the little period where I'm trying to freaking like to take her away. And again, I'm listening to all this different rock, classic rock music, because a lot of them are, about being wild, and trying to sweep a girl off her feet and stuff like that. And so I really started freaking listening to a lot more rock then. And shoot, but then the big boom, the big freaking slap in the face happened, and I went through that little like depressing phase, man. Like, and so, but you know what I did though? I continued to listen to classic rock, and again, like maybe like the first couple of days, it was just because it was the only thing I could possibly have of her. It was the only thing it was the only thing I've had of her left, or to hold on to. But also, again, I came to this realization, damn, I actually legit like this music. Like, not just like, I love this music. Like, from the sound to the lyrics, the genre, it just helped. It motivated me. It boosted my confidence. It boosted my motivation and zeal, even if it was for the wrong reasons. And it was there to comfort me that entire time I was down. And so when I look back in this situation, shoot, yeah, there's the part where it definitely matured me, spiritually, mentally, and romantically, but as well, like, I look at them. But another way I look at the situation is that I entered in the situation wanting to leave with a girlfriend, but what I ended up leaving with was my favorite genre. And my God, so many memories, it's like so many cores that lead directly to the heart come from that freaking genre for me. Like, whether it may be Led Zeppelin, whether it may be AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, the Monamies, like the Ramones, man, like all these artists, like they like. Shoot, I started listening to the freaking classic rock station a lot more often. Actually, that became the only station to listen to, because like I just fell in love with this music. Like, I fell in love with this music the way I wanted to fall in love with Paige, and boy, was it freaking beautiful. Like, God, I never realized freaking a genre of music would do this to me. It changed my mindset. Again, definitely the whole situation really did change my mindset too. But man, like, damn. But this though, but this music, it comforted me. It healed me, and like, I don't know. It's just something I can't let go of. And even to this day, I can't, like, I don't want to let go. In fact, we're past the point of me grabbing onto it. Now it's just become a part of me. Like, this is a genre, like rock and roll. It's in my veins. It's in my soul. Like that song, God gave rock and roll. He put it in the soul of every one of us. Well, I mean, or at least for sure, I know he put it in me. And my God, and I don't know, like, just it's just amazing, like how it guided me through that entire situation. And believe me, like, when I say I was depressed, like, I was really down in the dumps. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed. Like, I mean, I've been depressed before in that times, and for legit reasons. There were times like before that, there was a time where it was just a very dark age in my life, and I damn near killed myself. And trust me, I had all these freaking suicidal thoughts, and I wanted, and I legit just feel like this world would be better off without me. But I mean, this depression though, like this kind, it was different. I mean, sure, like, oh, I'm crying over a girl, I can't get her, win. But at the time, though, like, my heart, like, my heart almost couldn't take it. I didn't want to accept it. I mean, I accepted it, but I didn't want to. And God, like, I mean, literally the only thing that got me out of bed every day was the fact that, you know what, I want to turn that radio station on. You know, I want to listen to the Eagle. You know, I want to go to places with my grandma because she's always listening to that stuff. And you know, I wanted to, you know, rise and shine. I wanted to freaking I wanted to look at my freaking you know, phone. I wanted to download some more classic rock. And damn, like, and so, like, definitely, and you know, and when you come to the day, you know, classic rock, you know, like, again, you know, with some songs that I listened to, you know, at that time, yeah, sure, they do take me back to that time, because again, they're in the whole Paige era, you know. Sure, there was a lot of bad times, but there was also a lot of great times, a lot of fun times that I had. Freaking just remembering the zeal that I had. I mean, shoot, like, I don't have those kind of motivations anymore to, like, you know, chase after lust, but I still, like, I still love the memory of just me being just excited about something, about me being, like, all pumped up about something. And again, I get pumped up for things, you know, today, but, like, damn, but, like, but just at that time, that was just a brand new thing. It was just something brand spanking new to me. It was just something great, something big, something beautiful, and I like, damn, like, I don't know, like, I just, again, I approached the genre thinking that, oh, well, I'm only gonna listen to it until freaking, you know, until I get Paige in my arms, and then, you know, once I have her, you know, in my arms, and we're going out on dates and stuff, I'll just go back to listening to rap all the time. But man, what ended up happening was that, sure, Paige didn't become my girlfriend, but rock and roll did, man. Shoot, but rock and roll and me, we've been together for so long now, and we show no signs of splitting up. Definitely not anytime soon or anytime in the future, man. Damn, it was crazy. Like, it's so nostalgic too, some of them. And again, I'm not a boomer, so I didn't grow up with these songs back when they were new. But man, like, I grew up with a lot of these songs back when they were new to me. But, you know, back in high school, you know, back when I was in this, you know, zealous phase, back when, you know, even like after the phase, even like during that depression, even after I got over that depression, shoot, like, I still freaking, I still had a lot of memories, and listen to, you know, that you know, that a lot of this music, you know, brings me back to all the good times in, you know, ninth grade. And ninth grade was definitely a big, significant year for me, but I'll get back to that later in another podcast. Again, I gotta listen to stuff out, because, man, like, this is gonna end up being a 3-parter, seeing that we're at the last 9 minutes of the podcast right now. But man, shoot, like, God, classic rock, man. Like, damn, like, there's many reasons why it's my favorite genre, but definitely, like, damn, like, but there's, I mean, again, it's my favorite genre. There's many reasons for it, but one of the biggest reasons is that it's been there for me, like God has, pretty much. Like, I mean, I feel like God has put rock and roll here for me. You know, shoot, like, I mean, it seems damn near impossible to think that's not the case. I mean, shoot, man, God, it's so great. It's so damn great. God. Yeah, man. Shoot. So what am I gonna name this podcast? You know, music part 2 / like, I don't know, pager. Like, there we go. That's a good title. Shoot, that's a good title. But anyways, so I mean, I still got a good 8 minutes of the podcast left. You know, I mean, sure, I still got a little bit of stuff on the list I wanna try to get to. But you know what? Let's see. What else can I talk about? Let's see. You know what? Yeah, let me go a little more into the whole Paige situation. I mean, I pretty much explained the meat of it, but let's go to the epilogue. Yeah, let's go to the epilogue of the whole situation. So, yeah, so definitely after that spring break, you know, again, I was still pretty damn depressed. You know, I really wanted this girl, and now I knew I had to shut myself off. You know, from her, you know, at all costs. So, you know, in class, like, I would just not look at her. Like, she definitely, she would not look at me, but I definitely just made it a big thing to just never look at her again. I would never speak to her again. And thankfully, you know, even with like group projects in their class and stuff like that, you know, that was possible. But damn, like, you know, and I was real sad too. Like, I was real depressed, and for a good while. Like, I remember freaking like the night I decided to give up. Freaking my dad, you know, he picked me up from school, and on the, you know, and we had to go pick up my mom from her work, you know, right afterwards. And man, I just remember looking out the window, you know, seeing that beautiful sunset. But in contrast, the inside of me wasn't feeling so beautiful. Like, it was feeling like ugly. It was just feeling down, like as if time just stopped, as if I just lost all motivation to do everything. It really hurt. It just really freaking hurt. Like, I didn't even want to freaking sit up straight. I just wanted to lay in my bed and just lay down forever. And you know, it was just a really rough time. But that music, though, I'm telling you, it works miracles, man. Because that music is what got me through that depression. Because I think it lasted for like at least a good month or two. Actually, well, it lasted for quite a while. I think when it actually I remember the very day I remember the very day my little the depressing phase you know, ended, because so like the day the whole epilogue of the Paige era, you know, the whole depression phase. I remember the very day that ended. Because also it was Sunday. You know, so you know, it was after, you know, it was after church service. So, you know, we're over here, you know. You know, we went to like Gringos or something after church. You know, we were eating together as a family, having a good time. You know, and then afterwards, you know, me and my sister, we had youth group, you know, after after church, and it started at 5. So our daily routine was, or our Sunday routine was, whenever we go to church, we go out to lunch, and then like we, you know, after a couple of hours, we would go back to the church, you know, for youth group. And so but we would always go a little bit early because me and my sister at the time, we were part of this you know, youth class, where, and it's this youth class, you know, for youth leadership, you know, and you know, it was just us, you know, a specific group of kids, you know, we'd learn more deeper into, you know, into the Word of God, and how to be a leader and stuff. But then, freaking like. But it's also a great way to meet new people, because, you know, because anybody can join in. You just gotta, you know, you just gotta be dedicated to, you know, to do the stuff we do. And man, like, so one of my church friends, she brings in this adorable, this cute girl. Like, oh my freaking God, her name was Amber. Like, God, like, man, like, shoot, the very moment I saw her. The moment I saw her face, I heard her voice, and damn, like, it felt like time just stopped. Like, because at that instant, I felt my depression flying away, and for that second, I totally forgot about Paige. I forgot she existed. I forgot that I was sad, and at that very moment, Amber started taking over my mind, and oh my God, damn, like that was the day of my depression ended, because I got a new crush on a different girl, and man, she was just a cute church girl, man. And then come to find out, she also loves rock and roll. She also she also listened to freaking Skillet and 1,000 Foot Crutch and Ashes Remain and all that. And I was like, oh my God, not only is she a Christian, but she also listens to good rock and roll music. Oh my God, I am so happy. But then like I would actually, you know what? Let's see, music part 3 / you know, the Amber phase. You know, that's what we're talking about next podcast, because you know what? We're at the last 2 minutes of this one, and I cannot talk fast enough in order to fit all that in a single podcast. So you know what? That's what we're gonna be doing. You know what? music. Next podcast, music part 3 / Amber. I'm like, I'll tell you how the whole Amber thing went out. I'm just gonna say it straight up. It didn't turn out the way I thought it would, and well, I mean, one thing's for sure. Nothing happened between us, or at least nothing really romantic. Let's see. Let's just say, ended up me making another fool out of myself, although not in the same way as I did with the whole Paige era. And, it made me realize a couple things. So more on that next podcast, and more on music. So in the beginning of the podcast, I said, how I was very open-minded about music. We're going to be talking more about how open-minded I was, and what happened to my open-mindedness, once I started listening to more Christian music after 9th grade. So thank you for making this far into my podcast. As long as this quarantine is going on, I'm releasing new episodes every single day. Let's see, so stay tuned, and I heard that the quarantine is going to end pretty soon. But when it does, I would say expect one every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, at least. So, there's that. Or, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep trying to do it every day. So here we go, the last 15 seconds of the podcast. Thank you for making it this far. This is your boy, I'll see y'all go on 3 a.m. Thoughts. Signing off. Have a good one.